So before I really go into the weapons here, I just want to talk a little bit about the engineer class. The engineer class sucks. This is probably the worst class that I've ever used, only because the shotguns that the class gives you, they're just shit. Like, I can't believe how bad half of these shotguns are. And, like, I just hate how the shotguns are, like, how their mechanics work in this game. I do not like the reticle that's right there. I hate it. I don't like it. No, not a shotgun that I would ever use. But we're gonna go over the engineer class and all the weapons. I'm going to try to rate everything fairly. So let's just go ahead and get into this. The Contec CSG, what we see on screen here, is the first primary shotgun that you start with with the engineer class. Being the very first shotgun that you use, I can honestly say it has some pretty good stuff about it. 12 round magazine, or I guess in this case 12 shell magazine if we want to be technical, because they're not rounds, they're shells. I guess they could be considered rounds. I don't know. I am not a shotgun guy. My gun knowledge is very minimal. Anyway, so it starts off with, I believe it was 12 shells in a magazine. It looks like there's a lot more because I'm using a modified shotgun here that I created in the custom classes because I absolutely cannot stand the regular shotguns. I'm going to try to rate them fairly as their base. So with the starting shotgun, like I said, about 12 rounds a magazine. It hits pretty good, gets you through the first couple of waves just fine. The shotgun itself, though, when it shoots, I just don't like it. It sucks. I hate the feeling of it. Me personally, I would not use this shotgun throughout the entirety of the game or most of it. I would have to give this at least in my personal opinion, a 4. Others might rate it like a 6 or maybe 8. I don't know. But I personally would rate it a 4 just because of how much it sucks in my personal opinion. The next shotgun that we're going to be going over is the Strike Dual Defender. Now, the Strike Dual Defender, first off, look at this animation. Fucking love it. Rubbing your thumb over the shells, I find that pretty interesting. But the Strike Dual Defender, personally, is one of my favorite shotguns in this game. It kicks very hard, it has very high damage. 2 shells, as for a double barrel shotgun, those 2 shells are just extremely powerful. I think they one-shot bloaters too, which, I mean, this one doesn't count on screen here because he was hit with a grenade. But overall, I really like this shotgun personally. It has a whole lot of high damage. In the custom-made one that you can do, I made it to where it's a quad barrel, so you can shoot 4 shells instead of 2. I find that pretty interesting as well. I really like that. But yeah, for this shotgun alone, though, with being a double barrel shotgun, I'm gonna have to give it at least an 8, just because of how powerful it is. I am going to knock down some points for the limited ammo capacity, though. Like I said, you can increase it to, like, 4 shells instead of 2, but I mean, that's still not a whole lot, and you're constantly finding yourself reloading, which is not very helpful in the slightest, so I'm gonna have to give this shotgun at least an 8. The next shotgun that we're going to move on to is the Bone Breaker. Now, the Bone Breaker itself, it's a pretty cool shotgun, very similar to the first shotgun, to where it has like that 12-round magazine, except this can switch between semi-automatic and full auto. So if you are not necessarily wanting to tap the trigger several hundred times, you can just turn on the full auto function and hold down that trigger, and you will shred through Zeds like they're nothing. The only con of that, though, is you will run out of ammo much more frequently than if you were using the semi-automatic feature. So yeah, uh, I would have to rate this at least a 7. It's one of my personal favorite shotguns, right next to the double barrel. But I mean, it's not that great as well. It is pretty damn good. But it doesn't have that firepower like the double barrel does. The next weapon that we're going to go over is the G33 grenade launcher. Now, the G33 grenade launcher is the very first weapon that is not a shotgun in the engineer's arsenal. So we are all done with shotguns. We're going to be rating the rest of his weapons much separately because the last 3 weapons that are on this roster are not shotguns. So, G33 grenade launcher. Pretty awesome. It shoots out 6 grenades within 1 reload of the cylinder is what I'm going to call it, because I have no idea what the actual name of it is. Yeah, it shoots out 6 grenades. It does have a feature to where, and this is just from my understanding of it by testing around with it, I do not have any sources that I've looked this up on. I am literally doing my own research by playing these classes for up to when they get to level 10. And the reason why I stop it at rank 10 is because at that rank, you unlock just an extra grenade, and I don't want to keep going past 10, just to look at what the classes do and how they feel. So, looking at what this grenade launcher does, it has like a timer feature within it, or like a proximity feature. I'm still a little confused on what it's supposed to do, but basically if you switch the fire for alternative fire maybe? I don't know what the actual term is called in this game. You switch to firing mode basically, and the grenades turn into like a proximity grenade in a way. So when the Zeds either step right next to them or on top of them, then they basically explode once that Zed is there instead of instantaneous. That's just to my understanding. It could be just a time feature and I'm getting lucky every single time a Zed steps over it. But to rank this G33 grenade launcher, I'm going to have to give it a 5, just because I'm so confused how the alternative fire works on it. And finishing it up with these last 2 weapons, we have the Hollow Point SMG, which is basically the pistol for the engineer. It's his sidearm. 30 rounds a magazine. That's pretty damn cool. The damage that it outputs too is pretty nice. Which unfortunately you can't really see that well because there weren't that many enemies during the time of me recording this. But looking at the boss's health when I unload every single magazine into him, it's pretty cool. Moving on to the Slowed Tick. Okay, this gun is a little confusing, and I'm going to explain it step by step on how this gun works and basically what this gun really is. So when you first start using this gun, you have what looks like a laser beam. That laser beam is a continuous beam that shoots out and just eats up your ammunition pretty damn fast. It can be pretty powerful, mostly on the smaller enemies, all the way up to like, I think, bloats or scavs. But it's not entirely useful against bosses. This mode, on the other hand, what I'm using right now is the, what I want to call it, like the shotgun mode of this laser rifle thing. And I say shotgun mode because engineer shotguns, I don't know. But basically, this mode, instead of having a continuous beam, it fires out very powerful, large laser missiles at the enemies, and I like using this more than the beam just because it just absolutely rips through everything. I believe 1 to 2 magazines of this laser rifle missile thing will just destroy like flesh pounds and scavs. For this weapon and the SMG, but I'm gonna rate the SMG first. the SMG I would have to give at least a 4 because yes, it might be powerful and quick. It is not my personal favorite. But like I said, it's still pretty good. And for the laser rifle, laser shooter thing, I completely forget the name of this already. I'm gonna have to give it at least a 6 because even though it is powerful, it will drain through ammo. But what's great about it is it has such a large ammo reserve for it. Thank you so much to everyone that continues to support my channel and also the new viewers that come in to also support the channel either view-wise or by subscribing to the channel. I know I haven't really been uploading stuff a whole lot recently. I've just been really busy in real life. I've been trying to figure things out. On top of that, I also have just been really struggling on actually making this video because by the time the second video was done, I got really burnt out of killing floor 3 and the engineer class did not make it fun at all. It actually was a pretty big struggle just to get this class done. Um, but I got through it. I apologize that this video seems pretty rushed. I really wanted to sit down and take the time to do it, but I do not make scripts for my videos. So I have to think of everything and blurt it out before I forget it. Or I have to really sit down and like think about, okay, what am I going to do here? So the fact that I don't make scripts for my videos, on top of that, um, just really being sluggish about making this video, I've feel like I've slowly gotten into the routine of I make like 2 videos and then disappear for a long time, which I really want to not do. So I'm going to start trying to really make videos and get into the routine of it. Earlier this year, like in the beginning, I said that I was going to do a video at least every single day. And I got to maybe early or maybe late January, early February, and everything just stopped. Part of it wasn't my fault. The the stuff that was going on at the time, it actually prevented me from being able to like actually create videos because I had the editing software that I was using, it actually got shut off. So like permanently in the U or not permanently, but temporarily it got shut off in the US. And then I had to basically find a new way to edit things that weren't Share Factory, which is what I'm using right now on the PlayStation. Of course, I couldn't, and then I learned that the editing software I was using came back online, and I fully was out of it at that time. And I was like, I can't do this. I have way too much to worry about in real life. I'm gonna make a video at some point, which turned into zero motivation to do any videos. So I'm trying to keep that motivation up. I'm trying to be there for everyone. I know my channel is very small. I'm looking at the amount of subscribers that I have on the channel page right now, 76. I'm wholly impressed that even 76 people considered subscribing to the channel, which I'm very thankful for. I love the support that everyone has given me. Looking at the last 2 videos, currently at this time, 56 and 51 for the 2 videos. That's amazing. I absolutely love the support. I have zero hope that I can actually do this. Um, well, I shouldn't say I have zero hope. I'm more nervous to do this because I don't know how I'm doing as a very small content creator. So I'm hoping that everyone that does see this video and among others that I'm going to create do enjoy the videos. I'm going to base I'm doing all of this unedited, so everything I say I'm blurting it out. I don't even care. Um any mistakes I don't care. I'm hoping that I do good or well enough that everyone that does see the channel, or see my videos really does enjoy them, and hopefully some of the stuff that I do is very informative too. That's one of the reasons why I did, or I am doing the Killing Floor 3 playlist, which I just created a playlist not too long ago. So all the Killing Floor 3 videos are going to be together. That's one of the main reasons why I'm starting to do that, because I just want to be a channel that is informative to everyone, and then on top of that, just also hangs around and has fun. Um, I could go on a much longer rant. That's the reason why I put this at the end of this video, is just because I don't want to fill the entire video with a rant. Um, so I imagine there's a lot of people that's not even going to listen to this. Um, if the video does get enough support, if people do actually hear the end of this, which I'll be very shocked and amazed. But if anyone does actually want to like hear me just talk, just talk about life, blab about whatever, or maybe even, just do random yap sessions, just talk on the channel one day, make an edited video or a very minimally edited video behind some gameplay. I don't know, kind of like a story or something. I don't know. That would be something great. I would not mind doing. Um, I might make another video just based around this whole talking session at the end of this video, just to, get my words out there, speak about some stuff. I'm going to stop yapping now because I'm seeing that this video is getting up to 17 minutes long. So, hope you all did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'm not even going to bother with an outro. See ya.